Hello students, welcome again. In last session we have seen the resistors if they are connected in series, that means series combination of resistors, and in this session we are going to discuss about resistors in parallel combination. So we have seen the example that if I have all the resistors with 10 ohm quantity, 10 ohm value, and if I require 70 ohm resistance in any circuit, then we use series combination. That means to increase the resistance of the combination. But think, suppose I have all the resistors of the value 10 ohm and I require only 2 ohm resistance, then what should I do? If I require only 2 ohm resistance in the combination or in the circuit, then what should I do? So to decrease the resistance of the combination, we definitely use resistors in parallel combination. So what is meant by parallel combination? Let us see. Suppose this is a resistance R1. Students, parallel combination means if the resistors they are connected, that means if both the ends of the both ends are of the resistors they are connected to each other, both ends, that means in such a way. Both the ends of the both resistors they are connected to each other. I can connect one more resistance here. So suppose this is R2, this is R3. So all these three resistors now they are said to be connected in parallel combination. So suppose this is, let us complete this circuit first. Again ammeter is connected here, a key is connected here, and suppose I connect a battery here. As soon as I press this key, a current starts flowing from this. It flows through this circuit. Suppose this is point C, this is point D. Current starts flowing through it. Suppose I is the current which is flowing in this direction from C to D. What happens whenever the current reaches this point? It has three ways to go. In parallel combination, current has three ways to go. Some amount of current flows in this direction, some amount of current flows through this R2, and some amount of current flows through this R3. Suppose this is I1 which is flowing through R1. Suppose this is I2 which is flowing through R2, and suppose the current I3 is flowing through R3. All they are flowing and they are again combining or coming together here, and which flows through point D towards negative terminal. So how much this current is flowing? There is no lapse of current, and therefore I1, I2, I3 whenever they combine, again current I is flowing through here. That means in parallel combination we have to write I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So this is the main point. And what about potential difference? How should we calculate the potential difference across R1? R1 it is connected between C and D points. R2 again it is connected across these 2 points C and D. R3 it is also connected within C and D. So if we want to calculate the potential difference, then this potential difference is same across R1, R2 and R3, and also it is nothing but between C and D points. So we can write V, that means the potential difference across CD, it must be equal to V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3, because V1 it is nothing but the potential difference across R1, V2 is potential difference across R2 and V3 is potential difference across R3. But all these resistors, they are connected within C and D point, therefore the resistances are same. So now use Ohm's law here. Again, what is Ohm's law? Ohm's law is V is equal to IR. This is Ohm's law. So from this equation we can write what is the value of I here. I must be equal to V upon R. I must be equal to V upon R. So write down from equation number 1, put these values in equation number 1, value of I. So V upon R, instead of R we write here RP. You might understand why we write RP here, because this P represents parallel combination. So this is the equivalent resistance of parallel combination. We are calculating the total resistance between points C and D. The total resistance between C and D. So it must be equal to V upon RP is equal to V1 upon R1 plus V2 upon R2 plus V3 upon R3. I1, V1 upon R1, instead of I1 we place, instead of I2 we place V2 upon R2, instead of I3 we place V3 upon R3. But V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3. So V upon RP, it must be equal to V upon R1 plus V upon R2 plus V upon R3. Here we just place value of V is equal to V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3. So instead of V1, V2, V3 we use V only. So if we take common, V upon RP, it must be equal to V in bracket 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So this V get cancelled out, and finally we get the equation 1 upon RP is equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So this is the equivalent resistance of parallel combination if we take 3 resistors in parallel combination. Here we have taken R1, R2, R3. The equivalent resistance of the 3 parallel combination, it is nothing but 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. So this is nothing but the equivalent resistance of parallel combination. So instead of 3, if we take 4 resistances, then then definitely we get 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 plus 1 upon R4 in this way. Instead of 4, if we take 10, so it goes up to 1 upon R10. So if we generalize this equation, we get 1 upon Rp, it should be equal to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3 plus up to 1 upon Rn. So this is the generalized equation for parallel combination. So students, now tell me, if I have all resistances of 10 ohm only, then what should be the combination? How should I make combination to get the resistance of 5 ohm if I require 5 ohm resistance? What happen? Suppose calculate the equivalent resistance of this combination. Both have the value of 10 ohm. So what should be the equivalent resistance? 1 upon Rp, it must be equal to 1 upon R1, that means 1 upon 10 plus 1 upon 10. So 1 upon Rp, it must be equal to 1 plus 1, 2. So 2 upon 10. So is equal to 1 upon 5. So what should be the value of Rp? Rp must be equal to 5 ohm. So it is the equivalent resistance of the combination. That means the value of parallel combination, equivalent resistance of parallel combination, it must be smaller than each individual resistance. The value of Rp must be smaller than each individual resistance. Instead of 10 ohm and 10 ohm, if I use 100 ohm resistance in combination with 10 ohm, then the value of Rp, it must be less than 10 ohm. The smallest resistance which we use in parallel combination, the value of Rp should be less than that also. त्याच्याही पेक्षा कमी येणार. So this is nothing but parallel combination. So question may be asked in this way. So calculate the value of resistance between point C and D. Equivalent resistance find out करायचा. How should we calculate? First of all, you have to calculate the parallel combination resistance, that means equivalent resistance of this combination, that we calculate as 5 ohm. So this must be, the value of this must be 5 ohm. Then this 10 ohm and this 5 ohm, they are in series now, and therefore the equivalent resistance between C and D, it must be 15 ohm now. Because in series combination, Rs must be equal to R1 plus R2. So R1 plus R2 in this way. So this is about parallel combination. This parallel combination, where it is used? If I want to reduce the equivalent resistance or resistance of the circuit, then we use parallel combination. There are two main points for parallel combination. What are they? The potential difference across each resistor, it is same. So it is V is equal to V1 equal to V2 is equal to V3. And the second main point, that is the current flowing through all the individual resistances must be added. That means the total current flowing through the circuit must be equal to the sum of individual current flowing through each resistor. That means flowing through R1, R2, R3, and sum of them that must be equal to the total current flowing through the circuit. So here we will stop for this video, for this article, and in next video we will say some precautions and some equipments that we use or applications of these resistances. So we will stop here. Thank you very much.